Hi, cuties.
I'm sorry, you guys, there will be spoilers from now on. So if you haven't watched the movie, I'm sorry, I'm going to give you spoilers. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to the Buzz House. If you're a OG subscriber, welcome back. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe now, ring the bell button below so you can get notified every time I post. I watched Cuties. Several weeks ago, a bunch of YouTubers were talking about the fact that Cuties artwork was crap, as well as the description on Netflix's website was a little too provocative and exploitative to 11-year-olds. Then Netflix apologized and changed the description.
11-year-old Amy starts to rebel against her conservative family traditions when she becomes fascinated with a free-spirited dance group.
As well as by the time the movie came out, they changed the artwork. Back a couple of weeks ago, when I saw this, I was like, okay, let me wait and see the movie, because my impression of the whole situation was Netflix did a remake of this movie. Well, literally is the original movie. It's in French, or you can have it voiced over in English, or you can have it subtitled to English, but the movie is the original movie made by the director. I can't pronounce her name. One of the descriptions of the movie that I found in research is Mignons, or Cuties, tells the story of 11-year-old Muslim Senegalese immigrant named Amy, who moves into a housing project in Paris. While her family encourages her to be modest and obedient, Amy befriends a group of outspoken girls who form a dance troupe in order to gain popularity in social media. That artwork is the same actresses who did the movie originally. The director, producers, and everybody else who sold the rights to Netflix were aware of this new artwork. With that out of the bag, I'm sorry, you guys, there will be spoilers from now on. So if you haven't watched the movie, I'm sorry, I'm going to give you spoilers. This is what I got from the movie, and I'm gonna give you guys a rundown really quickly. She is of a modest mean. Her father is getting married for a second time. Her mom is a little distressed. She manages to steal a phone from her cousin. She starts sort of like stalking these girls that like dancing. They just kind of come out as very defiant in the school. There are the bullies of the popular girls. One of them ends up being her neighbor. The neighbor girl, who is in the Cuties group, brings her in and tries to help her to gain the friendship of the other girls. Let's go back to the Netflix description of twerking dance group. These girls were not twerking. Amy actually started learning about twerking because she stole the phone from her cousin and she started going to social media. And that's when she realizes that the social media people who get more views and more likes were doing those things. So she was the one that introduced that kind of dancing into the group. So that didn't sit very well with me right away in the movie. I was like, well, Netflix did that on purpose, because in the movie, Amy is the one who introduces the twerking to the other girls. Then these girls try to get into this competition, they get into it, and then they go to the competition, and so on and so forth. During the competition, Amy realizes that she did not want that kind of life, and then she just goes back to her house. And that's the only part of this movie that I felt like it made somewhat of a statement to me. She realizes that that life of the Cuties is not what she wanted. She heads back home, and then there is a shot of the Cuties outfit and the wedding outfit that she was supposed to wear in her dad's second wedding. She decides to just wear jeans and a shirt, and she walks downstairs, looks at the reception, walks away from the reception, goes outside and starts playing with the other kids. A symbolic moment where I don't want to be an adult, I want to be a child. But everything in between was either forceful, unnecessary, or it was done to be fixed later, if that makes sense. They end up inside this little like laser tag place. They get caught by security. Security tells them that they're gonna call their parents and they need to give them their phone numbers. Then they realize that they got into that dancing contest. They were approved to compete. They celebrate and tell the security guards, hey, we are dancers. We are professional dancers. Amy starts twerking to the security guards. The security guards look very nasty, disgusting. and just let them go because twerk. The scene of them going into the laser tag place did not advance the plot. It did not add to anything. It didn't make sense, and it didn't even have to be there. Another scene that it seems like it was forceful, it was a scene where Amy has a fight with these older girls who are more popular or talk shit to her. I don't remember what it was, but she got into a fist fight with some older girl. Somebody pulls her pants down to mock her underwear and remind her that she's a child. It was unnecessary to have that booty shot there. Another scene that has been creating a lot of waves, and it's also unnecessary, when Amy's family realizes that she's acting up, her mother and her family do a ritual to try to cleanse her or get her better. I don't know what the point is because I am not into that religion. So please leave down below in the comments if that's a thing that it's done in Islam. But they do some ritual and she mocks the situation, doing some twerking and dancing. And I don't think that an 11-year-old would have that kind of maliciousness to start doing that. But what do I know? I was born 37. I was never 11. But personally, to me, the worst scene of all in this movie is the scene where her cousin discovers that she stole his phone, and he approaches her to ask for the phone back, and she asks him to keep the phone. How did she think that doing that was going to be helpful? Well, she takes a picture of herself and posts on Instagram. Why does this make sense? Overall, the movie is disgusting. There is exploitation of these kids. There is hyper of children. In the end of the day, in my opinion, this movie could have been done with older actors, so then that would cut out the exploitation of children. This movie did not need to go to the twerking. In the beginning of the movie, as I mentioned, the Cuties were not a twerking group. They were just a dancing troupe. I get it that they were trying to integrate that, oh, you get more likes when you behave a certain way online. I thought the whole nuance of the movie and the message that I got from the movie by watching the last scene was she was hanging out with friends who probably didn't have their best interest. She decided, you know what, I'm just going to be back to be a child. During the movie, there were so many scenes where she got into fights, she stabbed a kid with a pen in his hand. And not to forget that the artwork that they used in Sundance that everybody was saying that looked a lot more innocent before everyone saw the movie is actually a cut part from a scene where Amy steals money from her family to burn it with her little friends in the mall. There were many things that could have been justified that she was rebelling against her home situation. The twerking thing was completely out of place, downright unnecessary. I do not want to comment on why this director and writer put all of this stuff into this, but I think that for Netflix, they should understand their audience. You have to learn how to read the room. To me, for a coming-of-age movie, this missed the mark 110%. The sexual nuances of this movie did not make a difference on the overall message of the movie. If it was just a regular dancing troupe, these girls that were bullies, fighting a lot and aggressive, which they were also doing that in the movie, that could have impacted her decision-making of going back home and deciding to be a regular child again, just the same. Now that I finished ranting about what this movie looked like to me, let's talk about this map who posted a review online.
If you are concerned about people treating this as child pornography, there are probably thousands of people to this film as we speak.
Hey you guys, it's Editing Me. The video was getting a bit too long, so I'm making it as a part 2 for this map review. So before you leave, don't forget to subscribe and to like this video, and I will see you in part 2. Bye!